Hey there. So last night I did a thing, caused a little bit of butt hurt, and it created an opportunity. It's something I've done before. It's actually one of my first long-form videos, but I want to revisit it a little bit. We're going to talk about amethyst today. Specifically, what is amethyst? What is amethyst? What are the historical significances of amethyst? What are some of the spiritual significances of amethyst, and how have those traversed their way into modern day life, into modern thinking? And then we're going to talk about what is pink amethyst, is it amethyst, and why is the answer no? And then finally I want to give you guys a great resource. I will be upfront, it is not a sponsor. It is not a sponsor in the slightest. But it is one of the most valuable resources I could probably give you, and I think it will help. I think it'll help some of you in the field of geology and mineralogy. It's a great website. So let's get into it. What is amethyst? Mineralogically, we have come a long way over the last 100 years. We've come up with complex ways, chemically and through observation, of delineating and separating out minerals into different types. However, historically significant minerals still typically have very simple definitions. These are minerals that have been around throughout the course of the vast majority of modern human history, like amethyst. There have been some changes, of course. For instance, up until the last few hundred years, any red gemstone was considered a ruby. And famously, I've got a video on this, and I'll link it in the description, a certain ruby in some certain crown jewels is not actually a ruby, it's a spinel. Fun little fact. But amethyst has kept a very consistent definition over time. Amethyst is, mineralogically, the purple to violet variety of quartz. That's it. It's an extremely simple definition. So in the terms of pink amethyst, is pink purple? I'll let you think about that for a minute before we actually get into that. But amethyst has been around throughout a huge portion of human history. The Egyptians, for instance, revered the stuff. They would make scarabs out of amethyst and all kinds of other articles of religious significance. They believed that amethyst was a stone of protection. Excuse me, I'm not editing it. This is a non-edited video. We're shooting off the cuff, we're doing it in one take. But the Egyptians believed that amethyst was a stone of protection. It was deeply tied in with their overall spiritual and religious beliefs. The Greeks believed that amethyst, the Greeks and Romans actually, believed that amethyst would prevent drunkenness. And that's actually where we get the name from Greek and Roman mythology. Let's look at that a little bit. So the story goes like this. This is a little story from Greek mythology concerning Bacchus, the god of wine and drunken revelry. Parties, yay. So the story goes like this. Bacchus is walking around, doing Bacchus things, as he does, and he sees a beautiful woman. And he goes, "Hey." And she goes, "Begone thought. Begone, begone man thought, I want nothing to do with you." And Bacchus gets extremely booty day hurt. And he basically goes to smite the woman, and some other god or goddess pops in, and because again, they're, in Greek mythology, imperfect beings, and frankly just humans with dumb abilities, she doesn't really save, or he, I don't remember, doesn't really save the person. They turn them into a pillar of crystal. Or not a pillar, but a statue of crystal, rather. Of beautiful purple hue. And Bacchus feels bad that he's, that he's a naughty boy. He's like, "Oh, I'm doing this terrible." But they don't really do anything to save her. I think she just remains that way. But her name was Amethyst. Amethyst gets its name partially from that, but from the Greek word amethystros, meaning without drunkenness. Again, Bacchus, drunkenness, she rejected him, so on and so forth. You can piece together and weave the connections. The Greeks and Romans would take amethyst and put it on goblets and start just going nuts drinking. I mean, did it actually? No, of course it didn't. But it's kind of interesting that belief carried over into the Middle Ages with the Roman Catholic Church. The Roman Catholic Church one day went, yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah. How can we twist this? And again, human reasoning kicked in and they started twisting away. So it's the 13 or 1400s. I can't remember off the top of my head, and it could be another time, so don't quote me on it. And it may not even still be in practice. But there was a period of time where the Catholic Church would give their bishops rings made out of amethyst for the sole purpose of preventing spiritual drunkenness. Again, interesting how those things have weaved their way through history. I think that tradition is still around. But the Egyptian tradition lived as well. The modern metaphysical community, if you look up something like, what is amethyst good for? You're going to get something along the lines, if it's a stone of protection. Okay, I'm not going to comment on that personally, but again, these are spiritual and religious things, and if you believe that's something that will happen, it's important to know where these thoughts come from. It is a religious practice at the end of the day. So that brings us to pink amethyst. What is pink amethyst? Where does it come from? And is it actually amethyst? The answer is no. By definition, pink is not purple. That is a very clever marketing scheme that somebody took who was both inspired and silly at the same time to go, well, at the time, it was mostly Brazilian stuff and some stuff from Argentina, I believe, that was considered lower quality material. It was just a pink quartz that didn't really have good crystal definition overall. It was usually these big slabs and stuff like that. And it was considered lower quality material. There has since been terminated, meaning full crystal points of a, quote, pink amethyst, a pink quartz, that have come from other localities since then that are considered a higher quality material and much more desirable. But at the time, the big slabs and stuff weren't considered as desirable a material. So somebody came up with the clever scheme, well, let's call it pink amethyst. It comes from a similar area. It's just pink. And it took off. People went absolutely nuts about it. And when the nicer quality material started coming around, people really went nuts about it. But again, it's not amethyst. Amethyst is the purple to violet variety of silica dioxide quartz. This is pink. It's not amethyst. Another question that comes up, though, is it rose quartz then? Are they mineralogically the same? And technically not. While I personally go, they're both pink, it's pink quartz, I don't care. Mineralogically, they are kind of actually different, and it's kind of fun. So rose quartz forms in big veins of crystal. Terminated actual crystal points in rose quartz are very, very rare. You'll see if you go to South Dakota and some other places, just big old chunks of rose quartz. And they have different minerals inside of them. Rose quartz versus pink quartz, pink amethyst. They have different minerals inside of them that cause the colors. So there is a difference mineralogically. Pink quartz and rose quartz are mineralogically different. Pink quartz is much more uncommon than rose quartz as well, which is, again, it's fun. They are a little bit different. So my question to you all, and again, before anything else, please like, comment, ring that notification bell. If you like what I do, I'm not editing this. I'm taking the call. Let's do it. Rock Shop, how may I help you? Oh, doing okay today. Okay. I'll tell you right now, with where I'm at, I'm not really in a position to be buying anything, but I'd be interested to take a look. It really depends on what you want to get out of it. Well, and I can tell you right now, I can't even give you that. Hmm. Is it from Brazil? Is it a natural piece, or is it like heat treated amethyst? Gotcha. Okay. So it's probably rutile or cacaxonite then. I I would be interested in seeing it, and I do apologize. I'm getting a lot of feedback right now. Um, I would be interested in seeing it. I can't promise a lot, but I would at least be interested in seeing it, and I would consider. Okay. Yeah, I'll be here till 6 o'clock today, and if you need me to stay a little bit later, I can. Okay. Yeah, at the very least, I can give you an idea of what you've got and what a respectable price might be for it, even if I can't buy it. Yeah, as long as I can afford to. Yeah. All right, sounds good. Bye bye. Sorry, but I'm not editing it. I refuse to do any video editing today. I said I was going to do this in one take. We're going to do it in one take. Please pardon my eye rolls. I get a lot of those calls. But who knows? It could be something fun. Where were we? Oh man, he threw my groove. I'm sorry, but you seem to have thrown off the Emperor's groove. I'm sorry! I got like 3 hours of sleep, don't judge me. But anyway, there's, um, is pink amethyst rose quartz? And no, it's not at the end of the day. Is it just a pink quartz? Yes. So my challenge to you all, my honest challenge, is let me know in the description what you think pink amethyst should actually be called. You know, I'll link the short in the description as well, and the pinned comment. I did post a couple of pictures of it. I mean, it does look really cool. It is a pretty stone. The slabs are pretty. They're kind of fun, but the actual terminated points they're really pretty. So my challenge to you is what would you want it to actually be called? Please like, comment, ring that notification bell. Help me break through the algorithm. I appreciate you all tremendously. And those of you that do that, I see a lot of the same of you, and I love you all tremendously. Thank you. But yeah, let me know what you think pink amethyst should actually be called. What should its actual name be? Come up with something fun. Hit me with, and it can be crazy, it can be off the wall, it can be outlandish. Hit me with something fun. What do you think it should be called? Because it's not amethyst, and I will absolutely perish on this hill. I will not back down on it. So finally, there's one more thing. There's one more thing that I want to leave with you all, and it's a tremendous resource, one that I use pretty frequently, that is run and operated by geologists. It is a fantastic resource, and in it you'll be able to see tons of localities and places where amethyst and pretty much most other minerals can be found. It's called mindat.org, mindat.org. I will post a link to the amethyst article specifically in the pinned comments. The gentleman that I work for with my day job, which is where I'm at right now, The gentleman I work for, he's actually written a lot of articles for it. He's been a geologist for well over 40 years at this point and has written a ton of articles for it. There are a lot of very well-respected geologists that collate the information that goes on this webpage. It is basically the Library of Alexandria for mineralogy. It is always improving. They are putting in a ton of work. Again, they are not a sponsor. But it is a great resource that could use more notoriety, more visibility, and it's something that I can absolutely 100% stand behind. So check it out. mindat.org. Mineral data, MINDAT. Anyway, thank you all for putting up with this. That came out wrong. Sorry, that's the lack of sleep. Thank you all for watching. If you haven't... Somebody's calling me. No, 800, no. 80... No, 800, no. Be gone. Be gone. Sorry, I'm not editing it. I'm not doing any video editing tonight. I'm taking a break. I'm taking a breather. We're doing this all in one shot. Everybody can call. People can walk in. I don't care. We're going to finish this in one take. We're doing it. So, in recap. Amethyst, purple to violet variety of quartz. Historically, has been throughout huge swaths of human history. Mined in ancient Egypt. Mined in tons of places all over the world. The vast majority of it today comes from Brazil. I forgot to mention that in the video. The vast majority of it comes from South America, Brazil, and Uruguay. But there are other localities as well that you can see on MINDAT, including the United States, like Jackson's Crossroads in Georgia. Beautiful place. I say that, I've never actually gotten to dig there. I really want to. But it's hard to get in. It's hard to get in there. So yeah, purple to violet variety of quartz, historically significant. Tons of story and lore behind it. Has been a tremendous part of human history. A beautiful purple to violet gemstone. And pink amethyst is not amethyst. So let me know what you think. Let me know what you think it should be called instead of pink amethyst, because it's not amethyst. And check out MINDAT. I thank you all so much for watching. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you in the next one.